All right, glad to be back.
I have a question. You know, the big topic nowadays is overtourism. Is overtourism bad as people think it is on the news?
It's tricky in it because, like, sometimes you're, around Shibuya, Shinjuku, you can get a bit annoying. All these twats with their selfie sticks but to be honest, like, I don't think it's a bad thing. I quite like seeing tourists having a nice time. It's not the end of the world, but people act like it is the end of the world.
Exactly. I did some research, and do you know which country is the most popular visited in the world?
France?
Yeah.
Must be France, yeah.
Which country? Which ranking do you think Japan is?
Oh, I wonder if it's even in the top 10.
It's not.
It's not, yeah. I reckon UK might be higher than Japan.
UK is higher.
Yeah. 15th, 20th?
I think the last time I checked it was 11th or 12th.
Okay.
Are any places, do you feel like, ruined by tourists?
I don't go to tourist places that much anymore. So it's hard to think of like a whole city or something. I'm mostly just chilling around Tokyo, but I would say there's like, if I go to Shibuya or I'm around, like, there'll be certain restaurants and stuff that I've got to queue like 5 times longer for, just because everyone's seen it on fucking Instagram or something, and so like that kind of thing. But yeah, I've heard Kyoto's pretty bad. Can't judge it personally, haven't been, but yeah, doesn't look great.
For me, I think the problem with Kyoto is that it's the infrastructure, because most of the places in Kyoto are so narrow. So people like herded into small areas, and also they don't have a train system, it's a bus.
Yes.
So all the locals who take the bus to work, they're like, these fucking tourists are like getting on my bus, I can't go to work.
Yeah, I've heard about that. They want to, or they did, give like a separate ticket price for the tourists, right? Even on the public transport and stuff. But I feel like Japan's got this weird thing where they, like, a place gets popular with foreigners, and instead of embracing it, profiting from it, like expanding businesses, like, they just try and shut it out.
They try to shut it out,
but that's not going to happen. People are gonna, like, tourists aren't looking up that shit before they come here. They just love the idea of coming to Japan. They want to visit. Let them. You can't get rid of them. So they either have to accept it, or it just creates a big mess, which it is right now.
It is, yeah. And I remember during COVID times, all these tourist places, they were begging for people to come. Hotels, restaurants, because no one was traveling. Now that people are traveling, it seems like they don't want so many tourists to come here.
Yeah. It's also one of them where it's like, it happens in every country, but let's put it this way. If anyone comes to visit Japan, if you break any kind of rule, it could be the tiniest thing ever, you're going to be front page news in every fucking newspaper. Every small thing a foreigner does here is getting blown up massively right now, and it's making all of the kind of average Japanese people, even if they don't even see tourists in their life, they think it's a bigger problem than it is, and they think everyone is out there throwing fag ends on the floor, and that's not a slur in British English. It's all overblown, innit? It's, but we get lumped in with the tourists. It's
true, and what you said was true actually about, like, foreigners being blamed for bad behaviours, because I had a chat with a friend and she said Osaka's really dirty. I said, why do you think Osaka's really dirty? And she said, because of too many foreigners. No, it's like, Osaka's dirty because it's Osaka.
Osaka's fucking dirty.
It's always dirty.
Let's put it this way, like, you'll walk around in Japan and you'll see, at least a couple of times a day, some old man walking down the street hocking up a massive loogie. No one bats an eyelid because they're used to that. But a foreigner, like, accidentally dropped a bit of litter, like, all of a sudden they're public enemy number one. But there's shitloads of Japanese people who are dirty and stuff.
I always highlight, it's not a foreign or Japanese problem, it's a drunk problem. When people are drunk, cheers. Yeah. Do you have a message for foreigners coming to Japan?
Even if you see a lot of bad press about tourists and people are questioning if they should come or not, most people are still pretty nice. You're going to have a good time. It's hard not to have a good time here. There's a lot of fun stuff to do. About this issue, it doesn't need to be a bigger deal.
Yeah, that's true, because it's not nearly as bad as you think it is on the news. It's really like blown out of proportion. In terms of like places to visit in Japan, which places are overrated and underrated? Underrated, Nagano. My favorite place in Japan, fucking gorgeous. Looks like the Swiss Alps. Like, you can drink the drain water because it's from the mountains.
Yeah.
Cheap, peaceful, not too busy, gorgeous view.
I might even say Tokyo, to be honest.
I agree.
There's not that much to do in Tokyo. It's good for living, because if you live here, you probably work here, and it's convenient to commute, and there's some nice neighborhoods. But for a tourist visiting, I think every city around Tokyo is probably more interesting than Tokyo.
Yeah,
I think Yokohama's better.
Yokohama's way better. Yeah, and if you want the real Japanese experience, don't go to Tokyo.
Probably not. No.
Yeah. Go to everywhere around Tokyo.
Yeah. I don't even know what foreigners know and don't know these days. I feel like Japan is everywhere recently. And everything's publicized.
I need to go for a piss. Based on your experience of going out drinking in Japan, I want to learn about drinking culture.
Yeah.
So, how does drinking culture in Japan differ to the UK?
The default is that in Japan, you go out drinking with a group. It might be from your office. It's really common to work drinking parties, and you kind of stay within that group, and it's quite rigid. Lots of places seat you at a specific table. You stay there. There's way less of a social element to nights out, whereas in England you'd probably get chatting to some random crackheads at some point, but you'll always have some stories of people you've talked to, or I feel like there's a lot more of a social element basically outside of Japan.
What was the difference between drunk Japanese, drunk UK people?
I was saying that I think there's similar vibes in that both countries people feel a bit suppressed in their daily lives, and drinking is where you can let loose and it all comes out. But the difference is with UK people that happens after 10 cans. Japanese people it happens after half a drink.
You'll see people completely wasted vomiting on the floor at 7 p.m. That's common. Japanese people, they don't care. You see people sick on the floor, on the train. The Japanese logic is, he worked very hard, he deserved to get drunk. And people just are okay with it.
I'll be honest, I've seen that in Birmingham.
Yeah, fair enough.
I've seen some shit in Birmingham city centre.
Yeah.
But in general, I feel like people don't know their limits that well, and a lot of people push past it because their boss made them drink or whatever. But you get a lot of people there.
I feel like in the UK people drink to have a laugh, but in Japan, I'm not saying all, but some people, they drink to just get the stress release.
It's a little bit sadder, isn't it? It feels like people work a 14-hour shift, and
that's why you see the Jekyll and Hyde transformation. It's like you're the loudest person I've ever drunk with, but when you're working, you're completely quiet. Okay, honest, what do you think about drinking ban in Shibuya?
Really weird and dumb, and basically probably only done to appease some random old pensioners. People are still drinking in Shibuya.
Exactly.
You're not stopping anyone. The people drinking, obviously, they're just going to get another can.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
The way Japan works, people want to drink 24-hour, they work hard anyway, so the fact that you just do it in one place, they're either going to drink secretly or just go somewhere else.
Yeah. I also think it's So basically, if you don't know, Shibuya is kind of the heart of like probably drinking culture in Tokyo. It's where loads of bars are, loads of clubs are there. You know, like people would drink in the parks, drink out and about, but that's the point of Shibuya. Like, if you go into Shibuya on a Friday night, Saturday night, like, of course you're going to see people drinking because it's the place people go to have fun. But like the local mayor of Shibuya banning drinking at nighttime, like,
It doesn't make sense.
you're taking the heart out of the place.
What do you think about Butsukari Otoko?
It's such a specific topic. Okay, so to give some context, because it's so weird and so specific to Japan, but there's a group of usually old men who are really frustrated in their daily lives, and they take out that frustration by shoulder checking random people on the street, usually people they think they could get away with it, so like women. Usually women, basically. Some of them target gaijin, which I always thought is a weird thing to do, because most gaijin will not hesitate as much as Japanese people to fucking knock them out.
Yeah.
But what I think about them is that it's bizarre, but kind of hilarious. Yeah, I've seen it happen with my girlfriend, like in outside Shinjuku Station. I guess she's a woman, so she attracts it more, but like guys that's stepping out their way really intentionally, just so but like it comes out of nowhere, and it's not always the people you'd think it comes from. But there's a thing here, and it's pretty widely publicized actually, but pregnant women get targeted.
I've heard that as well.
For lots of
I've heard that.
These kind of little public attacks. It's almost like because less and less people find love, and like more and more people are lonely in the modern world, they see a pregnant woman as like a symbol of happiness, or like someone who's
Like
got their life
success,
together, or success, and they take it out on those women. And it's not men, like it's often women doing it to other women. I feel like in England, if you were on a train or in a station and someone like hit or lashed out at pregnant women, they'd get jumped.
They'll get fucking sparked out. Yeah.
You just don't do it.
What do you think about Ningen Doc health check? Every year, companies make you do a health check.
I have mixed opinions on it.
Me too.
So I think I'm someone that doesn't go to the doctor very often. I've got a kind of British stiff upper lip, and if I feel a bit rough, I just get on with it. Generally, I don't go to the doctor unless I absolutely have to. But in that sense, it's nice to have to go to a doctor once a year and know that I haven't got some fucked up disease that I probably would never know I have otherwise, because I don't get checked enough. On the other hand, that information goes to your company's HR, and from a like privacy perspective, I don't trust it. I feel like first off, I don't want anyone knowing about my health situation unless I tell them. So knowing my boss could just have a look at how my bladder's doing, it's a bit weird. So I feel violated, but I know that potentially it could save me.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think like the UK should have that, because people have an like motivation to get in shape and take care of their body, because in the UK there's no health check. So people just don't give a shit about their body. Obese, just out of control. So it is good, but at the same time I feel like it's unnecessary stress and a waste of time, because they don't calculate certain factors. So they might say you have this problem, you've gained weight. No, but I've been going to the gym, or I've changed my diet. That's what I wanted.
I think I might have told you, but I once got a D for my liver. Believe it or not. Because
believe it or not.
I'd been out the night before on a massive bender, basically, and basically showed up still half drunk. I think my health check was like 8:30 in the morning. And they were like, there's something weird going on with your liver. We've never seen levels like this.
Yeah, you just got fucking
I was
matched
like,
the night
that
before.
will be the strong zero.
What do you think about when you get married, you hear the common tale of husbands giving all their finances to their wives and the wives giving their husbands pocket money? I would never do that.
I wouldn't like it. Yeah. I know people that have that set up and they seem happy enough, so I'm not going to knock anyone that has it, but I agree with like sharing finances to an extent. Like you both have joint accounts for like what you pay together or whatever, but the fact that someone gives you back your own money as pocket money, when a lot of the time they will be doing a lot of personal shopping on your dime, is a bit sort of uncomfortable for me.
I don't know how guys accept that.
Just for a quiet life, I think.
Fuck that.
Is that it?
Yeah, just that's one of your thoughts. I know some foreign guys, when they get married with a Japanese girl in Japan, they change their name to a Japanese surname. Would you ever do that?
No.
Me neither. Next.
No, I think for me it's call it traditional, call it old-fashioned, call it whatever, but I just think that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
And like, if men want to do it, sure. For me, that's not what marriage is to me.
Same.
Marriage is traditional anyway, and you know, women expect men to do the traditional thing of proposing to them, and but it's also traditional to take on the name of the groom. So you can't have it both ways, right? Like
exactly.
You can't have, I want it the way that benefits me. I want them to buy the ring. I want them to do whatever, but then keep all of the things. Like it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
The same way women value certain traditions, men value certain traditions, and my name.
Yeah. If you ever have a kid in Japan, would you give the kid a Japanese name, a neutral name that works in both, like Ellie or?
Yeah, I actually don't know. I think probably something neutral-ish, but it feels quite restricting at the same time. I feel like there's only about 5 names that work.
Yeah. If I have a kid, I would choose an English name and a Japanese name.
But how would you make that work? Like,
so it'll be English
legally?
name, Japanese name, family name. So it'll be 3 names.
Oh, but like one is like a middle name.
Yeah.
Okay. But their middle names fuck them up in Japan.
So we'd have to connect the names together.
It's like what? No space. Marcus Hiromasu.
Marcus Nobunaga. Yes or no? Is her height important?
Important? Not really, but I don't want them to be like close to me.
Is her weight important?
Not massively important.
What about she has tattoos?
No, not important.
She has many piercings.
People can overdo it, but in general, piercings don't necessarily bother me. Yeah.
Her voice. She's a really
Oh.
high. Yeah. For me, I can't deal for high pitched girl.
But voice is actually quite important to me. Yeah.
I prefer deep, husky Japanese girls than high pitched voice.
Yeah. If it's too high pitched, it kind of annoys me, especially the people that put it on.
Yeah.
So I'd say voice is kind of important for me personally.
Her overseas travel experience. Does it matter or not?
I don't think so. What? It's not important. Yeah, it depends more on their way of thinking more than if they've travelled overseas, they're more likely to have the kind of open mind that probably works well to date a foreigner, but it wouldn't necessarily be like a deal breaker. It just depends on the way they think.
Their money saving ability.
If it's their money that they make, I don't mind if they have some vices, because I spend some money on dumb shit.
Their relationship with their family.
You know what, like, it doesn't necessarily bother me because I know that there's a lot of people can't help it. You're just lumped in with people that some people have poor relationships with their family because of no fault of their own. So if it was for a dumb reason, or like I didn't like, they had a lovely family but I didn't like the way they treated them, it might change my mind, but they don't have to have like a great family relationship.
Their political views.
Yeah, a little bit important, actually. Yeah.
Same.
If it was too far apart, I think in the long term it's one of them things you might not realise like right away, but you know, if you were raising a family, if you were, you know, going through life, it'd be pretty hard to be with someone that was that different.
Yeah. It can split a house.
Yeah, absolutely can. Like recent years, it's happened shitloads, right?
Yeah. Their language skills. How good they could speak English.
I mean, yeah, it's important. Yeah.
Their job.
Not really that important to me.
Yeah, I could happily date a toilet cleaner.
Yeah, same.
I don't really care.
I respect people that do any job, really. Work in a conveni, work in like high-flying fucking consultancy firm. Like, it doesn't really bother me. I think that's what women care about a lot more than men.
Yeah. Their education.
No, I don't care.
If they have an OnlyFans account.
Hell no.
Hell no.
No. I'm someone that values intimacy and connection, and it's not purity, but it's like, I think it's a fairly normal thing to not want to have a load of random blokes wanking over your partner. That's supposed to be for you and you only, and that's
you know, it's
the way I see
creeping
it.
slowly into Japan. OnlyFans. It's coming to Japan. It's becoming more common. Right.
Job done.
Good.